So, I've watched the new Wilds trailer approximately 167 times since it released already, and I just want to say one little thing. Leviathans and snake wyverns confirmed! Hello, my fellow hunters. Hello. And you may be like, huh, what are you talking about? We know the bear boy, and we know the amphibian boy. That's the boys we're aware of. Mr. Doshaguma and Mr. Chatacabra. We know Rathalos is in it, but that's the only large monsters, right? I guess you could count them out. Well. Hidden in the trailer, only there for a couple seconds, just a handful of frames, there is actually another monster. And I want to thank a lovely patron by the name of Coin for pointing me in this direction and sending me on this spiraling rabbit hole, but I think it is one that has borne fruits. I have caught those rabbits and I have skinned the information pelts so that you may sup on their roasted teas. I'm going to rapidly move on from that metaphor and get to the point here. So, this part here in the trailer where we see the weather turn and the hunter have to deal with the storms and the sand along with the birds. The birds? The bears. Sorry, I have a hard time distinguishing between birds and bears. It makes walking through the woods a terrifying experience. Here, look, we have our struggling lad. He is caught in a sand trap along with 3 of his buddies. But it's not 3 of his buddies. Let's look at some select frames in but a moment, but for now I'll just let it play. Do you notice anything? Do you see it? Can you tell? It's very quick, but now that I've actually spotted it, it seems almost obvious. There is an extra monster in this. There is a whole little secret. It's not 4 bears in the trap pit. It is 3 bears and a new sand swimming monster. You see right there, you can see its reptilian scaly body, you can see its back stubby little legs, and you can see that it certainly is not a doshaguma. And you can see that it's not in the trap. It is happy, it is at home, it is sand swimming, as many monsters are known to do. So let's go forward in time. The next frame I want to show you is here. This is clearly its tail, the end of it. It's got ridged, spiny scales that all end up in this point. It is built for sand swimming. It is aerodynamic. It keeps going. Next, it pops out the other side, out the back. This is presumably its head. It's kind of sandworm-esque in its shape. A circular maw with teeth is what it kind of looks like, though I do think it has a more traditional facey eyes type thing we might imagine, but it's very clearly enjoying the sand life, swimming around, is part of this trap, is clearly excited the bears are falling in it, because to it, they're a free meal. We see then, as it shifts camera, the hunter trying to get away with the bear behind him. They've got out of the sand pit, but on the bear, literally wrapped round it, is our new mystery creature. You can see his paw on the back of the bear, the little white bit's his claw, his scales on the left. But if you think that's too vague, boom, look at this. You can literally see its tails. It's got Dalamadur-esque spines running down it. This is how I know it's not the random little lizard thing that I adore that was hunting the herbivore from earlier. That's got a relatively smooth back. This is spiny everywhere. And again, Dalamaduri, which makes me lean snake wyvern, but it could well be a leviathan based on skeleton and movement. But let's continue this journey with this. We move scenes yet again, and now we get a very definitive, clear as day, okay, this is a thing look. It's literally on the shoulder of the bear. It's about as long as it, but much less bulky. The question that raises at this point, is it a small monster or a large monster? It could be either, based on what we know about wilds. They could be swarms of them, but they're still technically large monsters. I mean, the bears are big and they're powerful, so it fighting it off like this, even if it is a large monster, is still perfectly viable and makes sense. But you can see now, the kind of crocodilian back on the right. You can see its back right foot. You can see its Dalamadur spines running over its head and down towards its back. You can see its mouth. That's sort of the flesh of its gums almost, with these spiny little teeth drooping. But we continue on, and the bear starts to throw it towards the hunter. Here we can see it straight onto its back. Either side, two of its legs, left and right, very, very clearly. Then it continues to be thrown. We get a nice little close-up of its scaling of the ridges, what it actually looks like. There is a lot of detail on this, perhaps too much detail for a small monster. And then finally, we see it land behind the hunter, and we get the most clearest of days. Okay, yeah, that's a thing. Look at it. That's its belly. You can see all of its legs, its little toes. It's got such tiny little toes. Clearly underneath, much less armored, flopping about. And then it goes perhaps still, though you almost do see it retreat away from the fight between hunter and bear. So this is a thing. What do we know then? What is the factual things that we know from this discovery? That this is a, as of yet, unofficially announced, revealed, named monster that is either a new skeleton, something like worm-like, we could be going full Dune here, I could believe it given the context, or it is a leviathan, or it is a snake wyvern. It's got the little stubby feet, like Najarala, like even Dalamadur has relative to his scale, but it's got the live serpentine movements that both the snake wyverns and the leviathan share. It's swimming through sand, being that it's swimming, technically that's more leviathan-y, but it could be either or. The point remains, though, that definitively it is a snake wyvern, it is a leviathan, or it is a new skeleton. All three of those, no matter which one it is incredibly exciting and such a cool find. Past that, whether it's a large or small monster is much harder to tell. It's too big and too detailed, and it has too much of a good go at the bear to be a small monster, but it also doesn't seem big enough or threatening enough to be a large monster. Hell, maybe this is the first medium monster. It's weirdly on the cusp, but if they've got this creature that swims around in these sand traps to try and take easy prey, and there's only one of them, they're not everywhere, then maybe it is a lower tier early on large monster that can strike you from the big deserty zone from underneath, and, well, you know, that makes a lot of sense. Then past that, well, it's much harder to make any other assertions, but I think what we already know for sure, what we can literally see it is and it doing, is very, very exciting. And even if it turns out to be a small monster, that does at least mean, for the first time ever, we have a new snake wyvern. It's just a small monster one, but it is technically a new one. And hell, a small monster version of a snake wyvern? That's so cool. I'm currently leaning towards snake because of the Dalamadur and leg shape similarities, but no matter what, I think this is absolutely phenomenal, and it's something I wanted to share with you. Let me know what you think. Let me know your theories on it. But for now, look out for a video later today where we go over the new focus mode, how it affects weapons, because I actually know how it works, and I can't wait to share that with you guys because it's incredible, and of course many more as the days roll on. But for now, yeah, as I say, let me know your thoughts. I think this is huge. I am so excited. I just cannot stop looking at stuff and talking to you guys. Oh! Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more. Consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below. And until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.